I drew for 100 days straight, almost. I, of course, wanted to, and I was inspired by PewDiePie's video 2 years or something back, and I wanted to do that. And you'll see that I tried, not like right after, but near the same time of PewDiePie's video release. It didn't work out. I tried it again, and yeah, you'll see that it wasn't a linear progression, but it was a progression eventually, and I did it in a way. And I think the not being able to do it right away can also be somewhat inspiring, I guess, to some people, and not make them feel bad about not being able to focus right in and completely do it 100% successful right out of the gate. So when I was younger, I loved drawing, as I think most kids do. When I was much younger, I think I did draw quite a lot, and then it kept becoming something that I did less and less as years went by. So maybe when I was very young, I used to draw maybe once every other day, and I would just lose myself for those few hours, and I felt like time would fly by in the blink of an eye. And really 2 or 3 hours of a single drawing, for me it felt like at best 30 minutes of time actually spent. But as I grew older, I started doing it less and less. Maybe it was once a week, then once every other week, once a month, so on and so forth. Probably before the first drawing that you'll see here, I didn't draw anything for 2 or 3 years, and that probably happened for I'm gonna say a good 7-8 years. So let's get right in. So the first drawing was this Zorro, and most drawings were by looking at a source, a resource, and just copying it. I wasn't tracing, but I was looking at something already drawn and then drawing it myself. As you can see, it's 2022, and I drew this Zorro and day 0, and then the other time I tried, which this might have been before PewDiePie's video. I think I wanted to start drawing again a few years before, and then probably this was about the time where PewDiePie's video came out, and I wanted to do it again. This fern I quite like. This Freewren looks ominous, and she's quite weird. The hand as well, the elbow placement, but for day 1 or day 0, it was very nice. Then some head shenanigans, some Loomis method, some more Loomis method, and some chomang, of course, some more chomang. This, the middle face, I love. I still enjoy it. I think it's nice. And this one's as well. They're quite nice. Day 7, it didn't really work out too much. And then, as you can see, it's back on day 1 again. And we were in February back then. Now we are one more time of me trying to do this thing. And I bought an ebook, and I tried to follow the book. It's not that I don't necessarily recommend the book, it's just that it didn't work out for me. But I do think that no books at all would have worked for me at this point. I just had to find something that I wanted to draw and draw it. Books were a bit too early, in my opinion. So another day one. It's we are in 2025 now. So it's been quite a while, and I was reading Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain. I read it and I did some of the first exercises which the book told you to do. And then the upside down drawing actually worked out pretty well. The vase, which also are two faces, are quite nice. And then I stopped once more. Let's go. We are finally at the time that I managed to not stop and actually finish the whole challenge. So, day 0, we are 15th of January 2026. This drawing took me about 2 to 3 hours, and it was Reze from Chainsaw Man. For a day 0, I cannot complain at all. Like, yes, the face is it's very big compared to everything else, but the ends for some reason are actually quite nice. And yeah, for day 0, I cannot complain at all. Day 1, it's quite small, the face, but it does look very nice. And day 2, for some reason, yeah, that's just... I wanted to draw Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! But I had people coming over, so I could only draw one of the 3 heads. They're the same, like they're the same head, so it was just repetition. But yeah, 1, I had people coming over, so I couldn't finish it, and 2, there was no way it would have fit in the remaining page with how big the first set turned out. This took me about 40 minutes, 1 hour. Now I'll go a bit faster on explaining. This was again the book, which it just doesn't work out for me. Chomang. This also took me quite a while, 1.5 hours. Day 5, this Sasuke. I wanted to draw as fast and as big as I could, because as you can see, besides Reza, the other drawings were quite small. So I wanted to do a full page and fast, because even when I was younger, I would draw, yes, but I would be extremely slow. I would draw, erase, a ton of times until I drew exactly what I had in mind. I felt like I couldn't progress as much if I didn't also learn to draw fast. So this is the start of me drawing fast and big. So although it looks terrible, it was a very nice exercise, which I recommend for people like me. More Chomang, more big, and it's a full body. And ironically enough, even though I mostly did faces, the body looks much nicer than the face. The face is kind of crooked. First week. So a week is over. More Loomis method, which I did previously. Here is the first time that I did it. And now it's much cleaner, much nicer and bigger. So pretty nice and visible improvement. Day 8, I don't know what got into me on day 8. I saw first a video of the Loomis method, and then the video right after was a drawing of this girl right here, and the face, the angle of the Loomis method is exactly the same one as this. So I don't know by what chance everything went right on that day, and I managed to draw this on day 8, which is way above my skill level at the point. And for quite a while I didn't draw anything better, and I felt like I wasn't gonna draw anything better, like at all. Fortunately enough, eventually I did. But yeah, it happens. For some reason, sometimes it just draw something nice, and other times you don't. The next day, guts. This took me about 1 hour and 20 minutes, so the two things combined. This about 40 minutes. More chomang. I wanted to use a pen for some reason on these two drawings, and they didn't really turn out great. Back on pencil, and this I think it's a pretty nice drawing. Day 14, so we are on week 2. In the past days drew quite fast. It was mostly like 30 to 40 minutes drawings, so I wanted to draw once again a single drawing but for a few hours. So this took me 2.5 hours. It's a drawing from somewhere on YouTube, which I saw and I wanted to recreate because it was quite a nice drawing. The Vegeta on the left I really like. I think it came out great. The one on the right is more on the back, so it's unfocused also in the piece. It doesn't draw as much attention as the one on the front, which is fortunate because this Vegeta has seen better days. But the whole thing I'm quite happy about, and this is day 14, so 2 weeks in. Day 15, 16, more faces. This turned out pretty well, although I do remember that drawing it wasn't going very well. I had problems doing it. More pen than Toji, pretty good drawing. More full body, big drawing. This took me still about 2.5 hours. Very nice. I have to say that this is completely different from this drawing, of course, like 2 completely different styles. This is like 10 times smaller. So the comparison it's not like correct, but I do think that this is a better drawing than this in its entirety. I technically did draw something better after 11 days. Day 20, pretty decent. And then day 21, it was one of the nice days again. So more Loomis method, and then these 2 gentle ladies, which turned out very great. Day 22, still very great, having a good time. Still day 22. Day 23, this wasn't working out for me, but at the end, the end result does look pretty nice. The next day though, for some reason, this Makima just wasn't working for me. I also wrote that I wanted to tear this up. Like, I was pretty frustrated with how this drawing came out. I even drew like something small on the side, highlighted the problems with the drawing. But yeah, it looks terrible. While drawing it, it was terrible. I just decided, okay, I'm gonna keep drawing Makimas until I actually can manage to draw something that I don't hate. The next day, this doesn't work out again. And the third day, finally, it's something that I can look at and don't want to tear up the page. This and this, day 26. Day 27. This was my first time looking at a picture, a phone picture of an actual living human being and drawing the picture that I saw. Not copying an actual drawing, but looking at a real picture and putting it into paper for the first time. It's pretty nice. The next day, more big full body. It's week 4. It looks decent, but it has quite a bit of problems. Like, the face has problems. The torso is way too big, but overall, pretty good. Day 29. I did an exercise which you're going to see more in the future. It's 5-minute drawings. So still more in line with my trying to draw faster, actually putting on a timer and finishing a small drawing in 5 minutes. That's it. No more time. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this exercise and I recommend it to anyone. day 30, which is basically day 31 because I think we started on day 0. So the 1 month drawing is this, which it's manga style, of course, but it does look quite nice. More 5-minute drawings, which turned out great. Eddie, 5-minute drawings. Day 40, a real person, RIP. Some practice, some stuff, lines, some more people, though we're quite fast. Five minutes. Day 50. Here I was at an actual park. I didn't have a table or anything to draw in, so I just put this book on my lap and I started drawing the scenery that I was seeing, and it does look a ton like an elementary kid drawing, but the process was quite fun. This is quite nice. This one's turned out great. Some almost probably 10 minutes each. This wasn't going well. Day 75. The infamous Makima. I think 10 minutes drawings as well. This, everyone tries to draw it eventually, so I did as well. This one I like quite a bit. It is in perspective and it's nice. This one's, they're both nice. She looks a lot like a peanut, but a nice looking peanut. Triple domain expansion. Ramona flowers. It's on 5 minutes. This was quite fast as well. This was quite nice. It does look decent. It wasn't anything like the girl that I was actually copying, but it looks decent enough. Pretty nice. Average day. Day 90. Day 91, maybe the best drawing that I did. I think there's gonna be a good one later on as well, but this looks very nice. Wasn't a great day. This is quite nice as well. Day 95. Emma Stone in La La Land. Some perspective, something on Pinterest, some more La La Land, some quick drawings, I don't know. Day 100. I actually thought that this was day 99 or day 98, so I wasn't, it's not that I wasn't mentally prepared, but in my mind, on day 100, I wanted to draw the same character that I drew on day 0, draw it better and bigger, so I wanted to draw Reze again. It was my initial idea, and I started drawing this, and after a while I was like, okay, but let me look back and see at what day we are, and this was day 100, so it wasn't what I wanted to draw, but it's a nice drawing. So this is actually where we do stop, but I'm gonna keep going because there's like 7 more days of drawings, and then I'll explain what happened. So some more quick drawings, some eyes, which turned out great, and this is the other drawing which I said looks very, very nice. This is probably my best drawing with the one on day 91. Conquest, some quick thing, a very long looking Clementine, some perspective stuff. This wasn't working. It's 2 days. The Gojo quite nicely. Sukuna just wasn't working for me. I wasn't having fun. It wasn't working out. 7th of May, and then we stopped. Now it's 17th of June, so I haven't drawn anything for about 40 days. Why? I stopped drawing after those 107-ish days because I didn't feel like drawing again. It felt like a chore, and after achieving what I wanted to do, which was being consistent for those 100 days, I just didn't necessarily I didn't want to keep it up just for the sake of keeping it up. I didn't look at art as a way of making money or become famous. It was just something that I loved doing as a kid, and the idea of having a hobby that I could do for the rest of my life is something that I not struggle with, but it's something that I would very much love to have. I do have a passion, which is cooking, and you will see cooking videos in the future, but I wanted to do something else besides cooking, which is also my work. So by day 50 or something, my part of enjoying the process shifted from the doing part. So when I was younger, then those first days, I actually was enjoying drawing. The best part about drawing was the actual drawing. By day 50 or something, the best part about drawing was the feeling of accomplishment at the end of the drawing. So by the end of the drawing, even though maybe that day I didn't want to draw, or it was a bad day or anything, if at the end of the day I finished up a drawing as I did the day before and the day even before that, I felt some sense of accomplishment, of me keeping up at it and not giving up. The focus shifted, and I wasn't enjoying it as much as I wanted to, especially considering that I wanted this to be a hobby. So I didn't quit, because I think that for 100%, once in a while, I will enjoy drawing. And there's also a chance that in the future, maybe in the near future, I'll try it again. And now I'll enjoy the process all the time. But I wasn't enjoying it at that moment. I wasn't enjoying it anymore 40 days ago. And I just wanted to shift my focus on other things that are important. And so I stopped. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope that this was inspiring in some way, even though the end of the story is me stopping to draw. I did start over quite a number of times before actually finishing what I wanted to do. And if you have done the same, yeah, we are on the same boat. I was on the same boat, and you can do it as well. Bye bye.